November 1980, the Iran hostage crisis had dragged on through a failed rescue attempt in the spring and was still an issue in the election. Ronald Reagan was running against Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter, who was still alive at this recording, who just had his 100th birthday a month ago. The polls were very tight. The prediction was a very long election night was going to occur. Polling was not nearly as sophisticated as it is today. I was 15 years old and was too young to vote. The outcome of the election, however, was massively different than expectations because the polls were moving to the last minute. Jimmy Carter lost the popular vote by 10 percentage points. In some polls, he was ahead a week before or 2 weeks before the election. There was a strong independent candidate, John Anderson, who I met years later and at a lecture at the University of Connecticut. And the actual election results for 1980 looked like this. Jimmy Carter got 49 electoral votes. He got his home state of Georgia. He got West Virginia. He got Maryland and Minnesota. That was it. Oh, and he also got Hawaii, apparently, and of course, District of Columbia. That's the electoral map in 1980. So is it 1980 all over again? The polls are tight, but everything seems to be moving against Donald Trump as if he tanked his campaign. Polls are moving and the voters are realizing that a couple of things. Donald Trump is almost as old as Joe Biden. Joe Biden's recent mistake referring to Trump supporters as garbage probably helped the former president, but also made people realize that a year ago this race was two people who were suspected of senility, suspected of slowing down due to old age. And there's been some documentation of some very serious possible health problems underway for Donald Trump, who has refused to disclose his health. So could it be 1980 right now? And we just don't know it yet. Back to the Future, 1980 all over again. It is most certainly possible that that's what's going to happen in this election. My prediction is, as it stands now, that the 7 battleground states are all going to go toward Kamala Harris because they're all moving toward Kamala Harris right now, as the Trump campaign has effectively tanked itself mostly due to the actions and prejudices and mistakes of Donald Trump himself. 480,000 Puerto Ricans have been enraged, and Latinos all over the United States have been enraged by the choice of comedians and his anti-Puerto Rico jokes and past statements by Donald Trump against the island Puerto Rico, and prejudice after a hurricane devastated the island when he was in office also tended to piss off Puerto Rican voters. We've got one response from an encouraging voter on a previous story that said, "I'm Puerto Rican and I'm not offended." I have a feeling he doesn't speak for the entire Puerto Rican American community, but I'm not Puerto Rican American either, so I don't really know. But the trends seem to be moving against Donald Trump and moving rapidly. And there's not much more you can do. It's going to be a series of rallies. He's not going to get much sleep. He's going to show his age more. And Harris has got him by 18 years, and she's just looking sparkling like a rose, like she's fresh out of the shower. And it's just looking to go against him. Why do I think it's going against him? One of the reasons is the recent Des Moines Register's poll that showed a 3% deficit for Trump in Iowa. Nobody has seriously polled Iowa. Nobody has thought that Kamala Harris can win it, but she apparently can. And she can win it without putting any money into it. That would also possibly bring Texas and Florida into the mix, and possibly some other states. I'm not predicting a landslide, but it's certainly possible that Kamala Harris could top 300 electoral votes if she wins the acknowledged battleground states of Arizona, Nevada, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Did I miss one? Probably did. But it's early Sunday morning. So watch out. This could be 1980 all over again. And that will not be good for Trump. Might be good for the country though.